jara baba to kanyama. Ay tira, anu to kanyama. Atiwa to kanyama. Atiwa tira ni, mama wa tira ni awi. Atiwa jara baba to kanyama. Atiwa tira, ay tira ma. Atiwa tira, ya tira to kanyama. Anu tira ni awi. Atiwa jara baba to kanyama.
But I think let's have a comment from Mr. Tayari. I think it is unfair for him not to say a word.
Thank you very much. I would like to appreciate what has been done by either Cinco and Cipla, and also organizing such a wonderful gathering full of experts from all corners. I want to thank our leaders from the Ministry of Health, and thank you for supporting me. I will talk about the two things. The issue of hepatitis, I want to bring it back. I know the ministry and WHO, they are doing a lot to make sure at least those who are diagnosed via viral load are really receiving the adequate treatment. I was talking to Dr. Mutebi about this and how different partners could support this good initiative. If you see the prevalence of hepatitis, either B or C, you realize that it's actually higher than HIV. And fatality rate is actually more than HIV now. And this points out why the inequality of resources from our different partners. How I wish I could advocate more in terms of funding this particular activity. I was also, in the past weeks, I was also discussing with other people from HIV on how the support for hepatitis could be effective. Yes, resources are not available for all our wish list of different diseases. But such hepatitis, I think there is a rationale and reason for advocating for that. Maybe in future, based on the little resources that may be available, people would think even how to pull out using the same HIV resources to support hepatitis, because these are vulnerable people, and when they have comorbidity with HIV, then the probability of death is much more higher. So we may start with the little, like testing. Currently we are purchasing test kits for blood bank to make sure that the blood that is given to needy is exempt of possibility of transmitting hepatitis to the beneficiaries. We may take advantage of little resources, and I'll expand a little bit up to a few pilot sites. I'm not promising, but it's something that people could advocate for, either for rapid testing to identify potential patients, and go further for PCR to determine the eligibility for the treatment. If we say about hepatitis B, the treatment is very, very easy to have, and the cost, as Pepe said, it's really insignificant. Less than $5, actually less than that, TDF. You can have a monthly treatment for a patient who is in need. Hepatitis B is not, actually the big part of cost is diagnostic, identification of patient. But treatment is something that we can do with the little resources. Going to hepatitis C, it's where now the cost for treatment is much more higher. Even after identification, you know, depending on the stage, you have different products used, and per WHO guideline, there is a dual combination of sofosbuvir combined with daclatasvir. This is a general used regimen, depending, but this is very costly. And I know Cipla and other pharmaceuticals, I mean, they have available pre-qualified products for the two general combined products. So maybe we could start with just in cascade and have a way to start. Coming back to the question of procurement, I do support the idea, and I make advocacy of start with a few things to be purchased locally, as long as the quality is certified by the authorities. The support from the Ministry of Health has been always there to make sure compliance to the quality standards. Currently, I may say that we have actually started and buying some few things locally. I think Cinco can testify this. And but for other big procurements, as you said, are done through consolidation by our headquarters. But it's also a possibility of seeing if the country has the capacity, why not giving that? So it's a continuous capacity building, and inshallah, it's what they say. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. Those were very wise ideas and guidance from our senior colleague and elder, our brother Jean-Claude Tayari from UNDP as head of procurement Global Fund. So thank you so much. There's no better person to guide us on what we need to do for us to be able to start accessing high quality treatment within the region so that we can shorten the timelines.